Hello everyone, it's Eve here. In today's video, we've been talking about how Marvel AMVs, how do you figure out that I am a trans woman? So I so I grew up watching Marvel movies through my life. So I watched Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man movies, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies, of course. Then I'm going to Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. And when I was going through my identity, you know, I guess in transition, figuring that out during high school. Each time I'll be done recording a video or done doing a live stream, when I would go to bed, I would secretly call myself to sleep and watch Marvel AMVs and watch specifically the Spider-Man ones, the the Avengers one, and specifically the ones that would perfectly make me cry, so that I could actually feel emotion. Because a lot of times when you're someone that deals with gender dysphoria or is trans or part of the LGBTQIA plus community or just deal with anything mental health related, sometimes you feel numb to the point where you can't cry, where you just feel like you can't smile, have to have a genuine smile and stuff like that. So back then, 2021, 2022, and 2020, I was struggling gender-wise, and I didn't know exactly who I was and how I wanted to identify. Back then, I identified as gender fluid, and mom has been with me throughout my whole childhood. I was born April 13th, 2004. So during my whole, career, my life watching Marvel movies, the ones I was born when Spider-Man 2 came out a couple months after I was born. So I was young during that time, but then when I grew older as a kid during that time, I started watching Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield's Tom Holland Spider-Man, and the Avengers movies and stuff like that. And how did this connect with me watching Marvel AMVs? Well, it's because I used to sleep in the basement. My bedroom used to be in the basement. So yeah. So when I would go to sleep, sometimes I would fall asleep. I would listen to music, and sometimes when I was feeling sad or stressed or confused or feeling, I didn't understand why I was feeling sad sometimes. I just during those times, but now I understand what those feelings were. Those feelings were because of the fact that of my gender dysphoria, and I'm happy that I was able to figure that out now rather than later. Like back, I think figured out I was trans. I think in 2020, middle of 2022, and maybe middle of 2023. I don't really remember, but like it was a happy moment for me and my family because I figured out who I truly was inside, gender wise. And Marvel really helped me figure that out through their the through the AMVs, people making the Marvel AMVs and make me able to have emotions and stuff like that. Because when I watch any Marvel movies, I feel either sad, depending on the scene, or happy and hype, you know? Because I love Marvel. I've been watching Marvel movies for like a long time, for most of my life, pretty much. I've been watching Marvel movies. So when I realized, when I first looked at Marvel AMVs for the very first time, I don't know how or where I got the idea of looking at those up. I think it was because of high pixel montages, and then I think then one of those videos came up. I watched it, and then I realized, oh, this is good. Then like each time it would help me fall asleep, or help me like fall asleep when I would secretly cry myself to sleep without making any noise, of course. And yeah, it was just a really rough time period back then in my life where it I didn't know exactly who I was, what pronouns I wanted to use, what name I wanted to go by. I didn't know that I was a trans woman because back then I identified as gender fluid, and people would use he, him, and back then my name I went by is Elijah. I don't really like saying it that often because that's my dead name, but I again don't use my dead name in any of the comment section unless if the viewer has that name, then that is okay. As long as you're not saying that directly towards me, then yeah. So yeah, like how this is something really hard for me to really talk about because it's something that I just remembered and figured out a couple days ago. So like, and yeah, because I watched Tom McGuire and a girlfriend and Tom Holland Spider-Man, and then of course the Avengers as well. And yeah, like it was something that I didn't really realize that Marvel really helped me out with it because like I didn't realize it until a couple days ago. That's why I made making a video because I'm like, oh, I just realized this. This would be a good video to make. And yeah, because when I watch Marvel movies, I get happy, sad, excited, nervous, when on the scene, what's going on. And what made me feel strong is Spider-Man when I watched the Spider-Man AMVs and the Avengers AMVs and stuff like that. And specifically the ones that would help me cry myself to sleep. And when I watched enough of them, I finally realized, oh, I'm a trans woman. So I used to like use this to watch, like I would have my headphones on and then boom, listen to like Marvel AMVs and have myself fall asleep, you know? And the only thing I can say is thank you to the Marvel community and to Marvel for making your amazing games, movies, and TV shows. And for helping me figure out this kid back then that she didn't identify as gender fluid and that she actually identified as a trans woman. That she went by she, her pronouns and used the name Evie. Evie is actually the name I actually go by IOL. It's not just an online persona. It's a name I actually go by IOL. It's not, I haven't done anything right in my name legally. My legal name is still Elijah. So, yeah. My documents on my ID, and yeah. But please don't say that name unless you mean to talk to the viewer, the comment, someone with a comment with that name. Then yeah. And yeah. Before I go, I want to say a couple of few important things. Whatever you're going through, either you're going through something like gender dysphoria, or stress, or just dealing with anything, mental health wise. Remember, there will be people there willing to help you out and be willing to see you for who you truly, truly are inside. That means pronouns, your gender identity, your name, your sexuality, and your disabilities, and whatever mental health issue you're going through. There will always be people that are willing to help you out. And the best thing, if you don't have people around you, if you at least have a journal, then I would highly suggest you writing your journal, saying stuff like, "I suddenly give up. I'm I'm someone that's willing to be loved. There's millions of people out there waiting to talk to me, and there's millions of people that will care for me, will see me for who I truly am inside, and that we'll do self-talk. Because we do so many like self-talk to ourselves, our brains will eventually will get used to that, and so we will actually will think that about ourselves to the point where we'll demotivate ourselves, where we feel not so valid as who we are. And so the best case scenario that you can do is try to do as much self-talk, positive self-talk as possible. Be like, you know what, I got this. I'm beautiful. I'm pretty. Or you're handsome. Or strong. Strong could be actually for like any gender-wise. Doesn't matter if you're gender fluid, agender, bigender, non-binary. You can still be strong and brave, and yeah, and that you are valid no matter what. So that's even for me. I sometimes forget that I'm valid as a trans woman and stuff like that. It has been difficult this past couple days for me. Like, and yeah, that's all I'm really gonna say for this. I will save it for a different video for next week's video. And yeah, always because if you have friends or family that's willing to talk, that will remind you about the LGBTQI plus community, always talk to them about how you're feeling, and never keep your feelings deep down inside you. That would ruin you pretty much. I did that when I was in high school, and that ruined me mentally. I wasn't truly happy with myself. I would put on a fake smile, a fake laugh, and had to pretend to be someone that I wasn't. Like I wasn't happy with myself. And that's why it's always a good idea to do positive self-talk when you can, and think about anything nice you would say about someone else to yourself. Because you ever do it to someone else. Think about like your best friend, your partner, your significant other, and think about all your siblings, or your mom, or your dad, or your grandpa, or your aunt, or whatever, right? But when we say it to ourselves, it's more difficult for us to actually admit that we are valid, that we are seen, that we are brave. Because if you're part of the LGBTQI plus community dealing with mental health or just struggling in life at all, that you got this. Don't give up. Even though life might seem like it's difficult, that things will never get better. Things will get better. Just keep on fighting, keep on moving, and just know that people out there will help you out when you ask for help. Never think that you're always gotta do things by yourself or on your own. It's always a good idea to ask for help when you need it the most. And it's coming from someone that doesn't really ask for help that often, or that's hard for me to ask for help when I actually need it and stuff like that. But I'm still learning, you know? And I feel like always telling yourself positive self-talk, rather than negative self-talk, really helps you realize that you're worth every single cent, every single part of life. Might seem like it's a good idea to end it all, but you always remember that you are valid, you're seen, that you're handsome, that you're pretty, that you're strong, that you're brave, that you're unique. And if anyone calls you weird, or the F slur, or the R slur, the thing that helped me outsmart those type of people is this. It's like, you know what? I am those things. And there's nothing that you can say to stop me from being those things. Because that's who I am. You can't stop me. Like, truly. There's nothing that you can do or say about me that you can change about it. And yeah, that's what helped me go through people who are transphobic, ableist, sexist because in them just have confidence and say, you know what, I am those things. And it might be some kind of like internal being like, but isn't that kind of negative when you say you're all those slurs? Yes, but no. Because if you would say turn down those slurs into a positive for yourself, you're able to bounce it back of the film, be like, you know what, I'm fighting against these people verbally and able to, say what I have in my mind. That would work for me. And how does this fit into me watching Marvel AMVs or movies or TV shows? Well, it's because when I watch them, I see how the heroes struggle through a lot. And when you realize heroes struggle mentally as well, take for instance Iron Man. Because of Wanda putting that in his brain, he was able to predict Thanos, the aliens coming to New York. He would have nightmares about him, like have visions of that happening. He couldn't sleep for years, for months, pretty much, until he got his friends to help him fight Thanos, Loki. And then the latest movie, I think it was like last year, not 2025 or 2024. I don't really remember when Thunderbolts came out. That's the new Avengers. But that movie talks about a whole lot about mental health in a really unique way of why I feel like you are all alone is never a good thing. Like keeping deep down is a good thing. Because keeping it all deep inside, if you feel like you're alone, because you to not have really good, without having good mental health, your health will dwindle over time. That's why it's always important to take care of yourself. Because you are the only person you got to take care of yourself. What I mean by it is that you only have one life, right? And you want to take care of yourself as humanly possible so that you can live a long, successful, or long, good life, fulfilling life. That's why it's always important to take care of yourself mentally, physically, and just health-wise. Because if your brain's not doing good, your whole body is not doing good. That's why it's always a good idea. If you're ever feeling down, just to do self-talk, going saying this to yourself. And say to myself right now, I'm a valid trans woman. I'm pretty, I'm strong, I'm brave, I'm nice, I'm kind, I'm friendly, unique, I'm empathetic, and respectful, helpful, and yeah, I think that's all I can say about at this moment in time, but you kind of get the gist. Like saying to myself felt really nice actually, because when I first started my transition, I wasn't able to see myself as a woman. But now recording this, I'm able to be like, you know what, I actually see myself as a woman, and I've never been happier. And again, I want to say a big thanks to Marvel Studios and to the Marvel community for making those AMVs. And for truly making AMVs that would make you feel emotions during those type of videos. And sometimes to this day, I'll go back and rewatch those AMVs and just look back on them watching going, dang, if it wasn't for these AMVs, I wouldn't have figured out that I was a trans woman. I probably would have, but they made me feel seen as who I wanted to be, how I wanted to identify. but couldn't at that time. And yeah, I made like first attempt at this video, but I wanted this video to be a little bit longer, and I wanted to say some things I want to say in the beginning that I said kind of late into the video. And yeah, if you did enjoy this video, do leave a like, subscribe, join Discord, now Blue Sky as well. But if you can't join the Discord for whatever reason, then you can comment down below what's about today's video, or comment down below if Marvel or whatever TV show or movie or anime or book or comic helped you realize that you are figured out that you're part of the LGBTQIA plus community, or helps you out in your mental health journey, figure out how to take better care of yourself. And yeah, you can always say that in the comment section or in the community post as well. And yeah, I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.